What's going on, everybody? How you guys doing today? What a beautiful day it is. What I like to say in the mornings, this is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. It's weed pulling day. Oh, yeah, weed pulling day. We got these tomatoes here. How many tomatoes do you think we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, about 17, 17 to 18, give or take 1 or 2. And right now what we're doing is we're going through each one, and we're we're going through each one, and we're trimming and pruning the bottoms of them so we can kind of get around when we have to weed. This is what my wife has going on. She's pruning. What do you got going on? She's pruning down here at the bottom so we can have airflow. You know, these little ones here like this, you know, they're not going to produce anything. So we want to go ahead and get rid of them. That's kind of what we got going on. So that one has plenty of airflow, and we'll be doing some pruning all throughout the growing process of these tomato plants. But like I said earlier, not to mention about the airflow, it also helps you to see what you got going on down underneath so you can pick the weeds. Now, we didn't do any cardboard on this, either because we didn't have any to lay that much to lay down, or I'm not sure why we didn't do cardboard on these, but it's all good. If we come out enough, grab the weeds while they're young. This dirt is wonderful. What my wife has done with the dirt is wonderful. The weeds just pull right out. You ain't got to struggle with them, nothing. You get a handful of weeds and they just pull right out. So that is one of the benefits of doing your soil right. It stays soft so that you can pull the weeds out when you need to. Let's see, she hasn't been down here yet. So as you can see, there is quite a bit of weeds surrounding the stalk here of the tomato plant. This is the base of it right here. But, you know, you got these weeds that just come right on up. I mean, look at that. Look at that. Just come right on up. You know, that's because the ground is nice and moist. You know, my wife did a great job. Yeah, great job with the dirt, things of that nature. Just pull right on up. Not to mention the muscles that I have, the strength and the power that my muscles are producing on this grass is really just tearing them, shredding them. It's more the ground, I'm sure. I'm sure of it. All right. There we go. There's something right there. There. Look at that. Look at it. Look at that dirt. That's what you want. That soft dirt right there. That's what you're looking for. Any weeds that come up out of there, you just pluck them up nice and easy. Just like that. Perfecto. Now you may be wondering how in the world did she get her dirt so good and rich? Sweetheart, how'd you get your dirt so good and rich? Huh? The good Lord? Okay, that's a good answer. And some compost. The good Lord and some compost. There we go. All right, and we just keep moving down the line until we are done. Well, I'm finished that task, getting the weeds from under the tomato plants, which was a pretty quick and easy task. I mean, it didn't take long. But now I don't have to listen to my wife ask me to help her in the garden. I've done my part for the year. All right. What'd you say, sweetheart? Anyway, speaking of tomatoes, we want to switch and flip the coin to the potatoes. We reaped some potatoes the other day. We pulled them up out of the dirt. We still have a couple more that we got to pull up. So, I'm thinking, what is that, about 2, 3, I don't know. But there may be a good 10 potatoes down there, 8 to 10, something like that. But this was our potato bed right here. So we pulled all these potatoes up, and she planted, after we pulled them up, she planted beans. So let me show you the harvest in which we pulled. Ooh, it is hot out there. Oh man. Okay. This is what we have. All right, right here. This is the mother load, if you will. I mean, it's a good amount, but it's not the most I've seen, but it's a good amount for this year. This right here will feed us a family of 4 for quite a few nights, I must say. I'm not sure the poundage. I didn't weigh it. Right now, we just put it in this box so they'll dry and, just kind of dry out, that kind of thing. And but we'll be plucking these bad boys and eating them from day to day. And I tell you what, I don't know about you, but the potato is the best vegetable God created. There's so many good things you can do with the potato. So I am very pleased with the amount of potatoes we were able to receive. And when we get those up, it'll just add more potatoes to the fire. So, yeah, the garden is producing. It's coming along very well. I've been eating kale from this one kale plant. I try to make kale drinks every morning. Now, I'm not consistent with it. I need to be more consistent, but I'm not as consistent as I would like to be. And this kale plant has been producing for me. And I come out here, I'll grab 3 leaves and go in there, fix me a nice kale drink. Then the next day I'll come out, grab 3 leaves, go in the house, fix me a drink, and that drink will last me all day. I try to drink, breakfast, lunch, dinner, a nice kale drink. And the only thing I put in it is kale, honey, and that's it. It doesn't taste the best. Trust and believe, it doesn't taste good at all. It tastes like kale with a sweetness to it. But this thing has been producing like crazy, and I tell you, I am very happy with it. The reason it looks like this is because it has been hot. I mean hot. And this is more of a colder climate type of plant. But it's doing its thing. It's doing its thing. I'll give it A, because it's doing its thing. I still can pull some leaves off this thing. It ain't finished yet. I got that wasp. If you don't get off my kale, I'm gonna kill you, bud. Hey guys, let me show you the watermelon plants. Once I pass this winter squash, this is what we're looking at right here. We got our Leonol. I think that's how you say it. It's an orange glow or something like that. It's doing very well. We got this one over here. This is our strawberry. Oh, this is a good one. Ooh, this is a good one right here. Let me say it one more time. This is a good one. Behind me, okay, this is our canary. So we're trying this for the first time. We're not sure about it. It's looking good, very healthy, but we're trying this one for the first time. It's the canary watermelon. I hope it's good. I really do. And this one, which seems to be the biggest of the 4, is the Yamata. Hi, this is the Yamata. And this is a good one too. I mean, they're all good. And I'm sure this one will be good as well. I mean, I like watermelon. It doesn't matter what it is. As long as it's watermelon, is good. But we have to keep these watermelons right here. We only have 4 planted here. I think my wife planted a couple inside the fence. These are not in the fence. So we kind of risking a little bit. But these are not in the fence, and they're doing well. But we'll look into trying to, fencing them in at some point. And we have to make sure that they stay clear of the squash that I showed you guys in a previous video that is basically taking over this area here. All this is winter squash and tomatoes and a couple corn stalks that I need to get up out of there, because more than likely it's not the corn that you would want to eat. It's more corn that they feed animals with. And this thing is, I mean, it is producing like you wouldn't believe. I think this is the biggest I think I've ever seen any squash do. I mean, look at the vines coming off of that thing. And we haven't touched it. We ain't done nothing to this. I mean, nothing. And all these, look at all these tomato plants. All these tomato plants. I mean, you would think they're smothering each other out. I don't know. Whether they'll produce tomatoes or not, I have no idea. There's flowers on them. You got another branch coming out of the squash. Now, there may be more than one in there. It may be more than one in there. There's another branch coming out here. You got a branch coming all the way out here. I mean, you're talking this 8 feet. 8 feet. So there may be 2 or 3 in there. I don't know, but this thing is just going crazy. And it's all in compost. Well, we call it compost, but it's pretty much dried grass. It's pretty much everything that we just threw in there to make compost. And the seeds, they just took off. Matter of fact, look, there's some little tiny tomatoes in there right now. Look at that. Look at that right there. Little tiny cherry tomatoes right there. Right in the middle of it. Little tomatoes right there. Right there. Right in the middle of it. And I'm not sure what those things are. Those little black. Yeah, the ones that are fighting right there. Well, I don't think they're fighting. I think they're... Get a room. And my son, he just picked some berries off of this one. This is more of a newer... This is the first year that the berries are producing. So this is a young berry plant here. And it is loaded down. Yeah, and this one here, we got berries off of this one last year. And this should be the second year that this is producing, but it just ain't doing as good as the first year. Not as good at all. I mean, you can look at it all. You can look at what's took place, you know. This is what you're getting, that kind of stuff. I tried to cover it so that to keep the birds away from it and things of that nature. But you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, I didn't just keep the birds away, but it may not be doing good because I kept the pollinators away by covering it. Oh, wow. That's a rookie move right there. I didn't even think about it. A rookie move. Well, you live and learn, right? So basically, I might as well take that covering off because that thing it just ain't produced well. And it's probably because I didn't do well by it. I didn't do right by it. Covered it thinking that, trying to keep everything bad away from it. I kept all the good stuff away from it. Well, at least the bees. And it just didn't produce at all. Now this one here, I covered this at the same time I covered that. But this was already loaded with berries when I covered it. So they were covered at the same time. Just when the time started, this thing right here just exploded with berries. So we covered it. And I don't think there was any flowers on it when we covered it. It was all berries. It was all berries. Green berries. Like this. They were like that. There was really no flowers on it. They were all like this when I covered it. So the bees, the pollinators, I guess, have already gotten to the flowers by the time we covered it. This one, that thing, it started out bad. So I don't know if it was me covering it or not, but me covering it probably didn't help. Probably didn't help. So, but we'll look for look to next year. I'll probably get in there and weed and prune, take all the ones that aren't going to produce next year out and thin it out real good. I mean, we got stuff running. I mean, this bad boy's running here. We gotta somehow got some coming up, some new ones coming up right here. Oh, that's off the runner. Oh no, that's off the runner. We got a runner, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, all 4 of these are off the runner, off of this one. Oh, what about this? Okay, this is a new one. That's a new one coming up. Yeah. These bad boys, I mean, they will, what's the word? Dominate if you let them. They will dominate. This one here is, I'm not sure what berry this is. With the whiter, I'm not sure what berry that is. But this bad boy, I gotta get it under control because it's running too. It's running too. It's all over in the green stalk, wanting to come back on itself. Yeah, this bad boy, I gotta get it under control. But anyway, yeah, just another thing on the farm. All right, last but not least, let me show you my grapes down here, what we got there. It's growing pretty good. All right, here we are, Fred. Everybody, this is Fred right here. Fred the grape bush or grapevine. I had him in this basket here, but as you can see, he's outgrown the basket. So I'm gonna have to put something else around it. The last thing I want to see is something come through here and eat off the leaves of Fred. That's what I don't want to see. So, and he's doing good too. Doing real good. Good job, Fred. Good job. But there he is. I say in a couple years, hopefully, next year would be real nice. We get something off of this thing. And it's a green grape. I don't know the name. I can't think of the name of the grape, but it's a green grape. But we're coming along steady and we're growing. I tell you, I'm pleased at what I'm seeing. We're growing. That's what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. It's about growing. If not growing your garden, growing intellectually, growing mentally, growing spiritually. We should be growing. What do I know today that I didn't know yesterday? Am I closer to God today than I was yesterday? What am I putting in my garden that's a little bit different than last year? What did I find out about my garden a little bit more this year than I did last year? Things of that nature. There's an area that I want to start increasing and expanding the garden, or just my fruit forest, food forest, or whatever you want to call it. So I'm gonna add a few more bushes, but that's another video. I'm not gonna do it in this one. But yeah, growth, use, reviews, and grow. Thank you guys for taking the time out your day to check out this video. I love each and every one of you, and keep doing your thing. All right, y'all. Peace.